Good evening, everybody. I'm Anthony here with Trudi. We're here tonight with Greg Tatum. He's got some new products out that he's going to be demonstrating through videos with us tonight and telling us about them. And we're going to cover that for a little bit, and then we're going to jump into the 2025 Panhandle event and talk about it. And if you ain't got registered yet, there's a link at the top of the screen that's running across through there, www.panhandleexpo.com. Go get registered today. And Greg, how you doing, sir?
Well, I'm doing good. What a great day here in Southwest Florida. Just beautiful weather. Just really enjoying it. Really enjoying it.
You had me there for a minute on that video. I was seeing the video playing, and I thought it's 8 o'clock here, and I know it's probably dark, and it's still daylight in Florida. There's no way. And then I realized it was a video. So you pulled a good one over there, buddy. I owe you one on that one.
Yeah, I got you good on that one. Well, yeah, in any case, I just kind of wanted to give everybody an update on what we're doing here. And then obviously we'll talk about the event. What a wonderful event. So many people have reached out to us about our classes and everything that we were doing. So if you're joining us now and you haven't called us about our classes or you lost contact, please call us and we'll talk to you about it. It's a very extensive class, training for paver sealing. And we go into very, very deep stuff. This isn't, we have a basic class too, but then we also have an advanced class. And with that advanced class, you're learning techniques that nobody else in the industry is doing. I can actually show you guys some pictures and we can go over it all. So again, reach out to us at, Superior Quality Coatings. You can call us 407-401-9711. And we can get you scheduled for the classes. And you will leave this class knowing and confidence to what you need so you can go out there and you can make a lot of money and not make a mistake. That's the big mistake will cost more than the actual trip in the class out here. So that's
although I think it's really gonna help everybody this year because the classes that we're going to be having the day before the event is going to be more in depth, more intensive, probably more hands-on than it's been because it's hard to really, we can pound stuff into people in 20, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. But, are they really getting the teaching and the knowledge that they need?
Well, the circuit training's made just to get them the basic information to start and to learn. And the more intensive training that we're going to be doing this time is they're going to actually learn from start to finish, including like how to get the jobs, how to price the jobs and everything like that. So, the circuit training is awesome just so you get the basic knowledge of it. And then, kind of like when we started this, we got the basic knowledge on what to do on this thing and we still mess up everything, but we're getting better. We've got a countdown now. So we're getting better, but yeah, the circuit training has been great. Everybody loves it because if you take a 45-minute class and you're like, yeah, this ain't for me, then you don't have to go any further. But with the more intensive training that we're going to be offering, if that is something you really want to get into, then this is something that you're going to learn hands-on and in person to learn how to do this.
So the link to the classes are at the Panhandle Expo.
The Panhandle Expo is its own website. So the event has its own website. So there's going to be pictures and videos from all the years that we're going to be doing this. All the information, all the updates are going to be put on there. When we get the booth filled, who's going to be there? Everybody will know. You'll get an email saying, hey, this is what's new at the Panhandle event. It's going to keep them updated on, who's going to be teaching, who's training, who's speaking, who's going to have, who's bringing their booths, who's going to be doing demonstrations this time. We've got a nice demonstration section. And then we also I've got a little sit down round table with the women of WASH. So we're going to be going in our own little private room and we're just going to be, just talking about
the women of what?
Oh, the women folk. The women of WASH.
But what I'm getting.
The women of WASH.
You don't want to know what I thought you said the first time you said that.
It's probably not good. So
anyway, we jump back to the Panhandle event and stuff.
Well, I want to
Lips because the weather keeps going from hot to cold. So.
see you guys, so I don't have you, so I don't know when you're pausing to talk, but in case I mentioned something, Trudi, and that's, I'm thinking about if we have enough interest in it, then I might come out even earlier and teach one of our classes that we teach here in Venice a couple, 3 days ahead of time out there, or maybe afterwards. So if we can get certain people that are very interested in our extensive training course, I think what we'll do is we'll just take the course out there for the 2-3 days, and we'll actually be on jobs and working. You'll get your hands into it. You'll see exactly how we do everything. So that's something that I like to do, along with obviously the training at the expo.
Okay.
But if we're interested in maybe our full-fledged training class before or after, we can certainly set that up.
Yeah, well, let's make sure we get that ahead of time, because people are going to be, buying plane tickets, and they're going to be getting their VRBOs and everything. So we need to have that set ahead of time.
It's a week-long vacation for everybody.
Yeah, right.
That's all.
So what do you got going on behind you there, Greg?
Yep.
Well, this is, a lot of you guys, and I know we're kind of jumping around a little bit here because obviously paver sealing is one of the big things that we do. But a lot of people don't realize that we also were the people behind the Green Ox product, which are doing a wonderful job of selling Trudi and representing very well. And just about 3 weeks ago, the phone started ringing off the hook with people on cedar houses and cedar roofs and so forth. And so it's gotten great momentum there, and we really appreciate everybody's support out there. When we first started, the people that were using it did not want to talk about it. They were keeping it as their secret weapon. And the problem with that was we just couldn't get it out and market it. So now people are talking about it, and they're calling in, and we're shipping. Gosh, last week we shipped totes, we shipped drums, we shipped fives, and I know Trudi, you've been moving quite a bit of the product too. But one thing that I did want to mention, and we briefly brought it up at a couple of your shows, which was our Kitchen Ox Pro. And this is an environmentally friendly product, but it's extremely strong. This is 16%. I'm actually going to show you guys some really cool stuff I set up for a quick little chemistry action here. I don't know exactly how much time we have, but I worked on it today, and I just wanted to show some experiments with it. And then also I have our DyeSand and so forth. So what you're seeing here in the video, this is actually a Thai restaurant. This Thai restaurant, but they thought they had dark brown floors like this. And in reality, what they had was blonde floors. So it was really amazing. We went in and we sprayed our chemical down, and then we just agitated it with a brush and just let it sit for about 15 minutes. And then we took a shot vac and we sucked it up. And it came up clean, no extra waste or anything. The floors didn't have that sticky, crazy feeling on it. This is something that everybody needs to pay attention to in the wash industry. Just because we run into so many kitchen owners and stuff like that, to be able to go in and clean something up like this is just amazing. So you can kind of see that. I'll advance it here just a little bit so we get back to the scrubbing. But we went right to the wood. Okay, we're on the wood now. A lot of our wood product works. And a lot of you have seen this video over and over again, and it's probably one of the best videos that we had ever done. That's coming off of the garden hose. I mean, it's just melting away, and it does that. And a lot of people that see the video don't really realize how it works. And so when you see it in person, it's really dramatic. We didn't really spotlight it much last year because it just showed, because obviously we had some other wood cleaning products there, and we had our hands kind of full with that. But what we're going to try to do is show more stuff coming up here. So I do want to show you guys the videos, or I'm going to go into some of the demos. Can I show you guys the product and how it works in an actual live demonstration here?
Yeah, is that the kitchen, the sink?
Yeah, hold on
It
one
is
second.
the sink. Okay.
I want to get this back.
And while you're doing that, hey, Alana and Alan are here. They said, hey, I know we got more people, but they're not posting, so I can't see who they are, but hey, everybody. All right, what's going on here?
Okay, so this is a sink that had the grease that was trapped,
Mhm.
completely plugged up. So what I did is I tied the two ends with the plastic here, and just to keep the product inside the tube, because this was solid grease inside this tube. And so this product works as a drain cleaner too, but it's just dramatic. Now this is a little bit time lapsed, just to show you, but look at that reaction. Is that crazy? And I have some pictures on my phone of what the pipe looked like inside, and then what the pipe looked like after we cleaned it. And the restaurant next to us came over and just couldn't believe that it had done that. So, you know, all your restaurant customers, grease, dumpster grease, this stuff looks so amazing. And it's not a harsh chemical at all. That's what's really nice about it, is that it's super environmentally friendly. So what I can do is I can go ahead and turn the focus down here onto our little experiment. We don't get to do live experiments too often. Can you see that pretty good?
Yep.
Yep.
We can.
I might even come down a little bit and get a little bit closer on it. Okay, so I'll explain what we've got here.
I don't know what's in that bag. That looks gross.
I know, well, it's really gross. Actually, it's
Probably
steak.
come out of your oven, Trudy.
Mm.
The
No.
depot made a steak dinner the other night, and so I had to show it. So I'm going to go ahead and explain some of this. Let's see, make sure I'm in camera on this real quick. Okay, it looks like I'm in camera. So this is our, I already pre-put this in here, but this is our Green Ox Renew Pro. Oh, I'm sorry, this is the Kitchen Ox Pro, which is the 16%. So I already filled this up a little bit earlier. And as you know, we add 10% of the activator. So if you've got a gallon, then you're putting in 12 ounces of the activator. If you've got 10 gallons, you're putting in 1 gallon. So we're just going to go ahead and pour this. And I usually should be wearing gloves, but I've been pretty good at, I think that's about 10% right there. You don't want to get this on you. Once this mixes in, it won't hurt you. But when you definitely treat the accelerator with respect until it's mixed. So again, I should be wearing gloves. But anyway, one noticeable trait of our product is that it does heat up. And you'll notice this is quite warm. It jumped up in temperature. So the first thing I want to show you is this is a French fry that I stole from the restaurant over there, and I'm going to show you. So it's full of grease.
We can't see that, Greg.
You can't see that?
No.
You raise your phone up.
Yeah, raise it.
We're going to climb it up, baby.
Or your camera.
I kind of feel like I'm watching Bill Nye right now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. All right. Is that better?
Yep.
See a lot more there? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's good because I can lift it up to the camera and show everybody. So this is really kind of crazy stuff. You're going to get a kick out of this. So this is a French fry, which has tons of grease. I pulled this out from underneath the bottom of one of the got a little drippage going on. Out of one of the fryers in the back over there.
Are you going to turn it back into a potato?
Actually, that's exactly what's going to happen.
Is it? Oh, look at me. I did watch Bill Nye, though.
I don't have a good sealed lid here. I have the wrong lid.
Well, you're making a mess. You wouldn't be a good scientist.
I know I'm a terrible scientist. I'm going to sit here, and you're going to see what that does. It's just incredible. So let me explain what I've got here. This is drippings off of a steak from last night. We had these beautiful steaks up there with my brother Breck. As you guys know, Breck is my brother, some of you out there. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to just go ahead and show you how this product reacts to the blood and what it does. And I'm just going to let it sit here like this. We'll just let that bad juice sit there. Now, this is the most gross thing I've ever seen in my life. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's actually some crap out of this deal back here.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant it was real crap, and I'm like, what are you doing?
We got a spike reaction going
I
over
think
here.
you got a reaction going on in that blood over there.
We have a reaction. Look at that. Just like you saw over here on the video. Look at what it's doing. It's just totally neutralizing. I'm glad I have the tray. But anyway, it's just eating up that steak blood. It's just taking it out. This is so gross. I hate this stuff. I mean, ugh, it smells terrible. And we're just going to squeeze a little bit of that in here. And again, this is an environmentally friendly product. What you're seeing.
It's got to be, because you're getting it all over you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's not touching me. I've learned my lesson. But in any case, so we're going to watch that. This thing's just going to explode. But what it does is it breaks the grease down very rapidly.
Where's the French fry at?
The French fry is all back to French fry, a regular potato now. So I'm just going to put this in here and just put the lid on it. I'm going to close it. It's going to make a hell of a mess. Hopefully no explosion. So what this is, I did this earlier off camera, but what this is this is just the blood, the grease from the steak, and it's just mixed with water, and it hasn't changed color at all. So it's just sitting in there. By morning, it would all settle to the bottom. So in any case, you can see that it's just going to town and it's nuking it. It's just doing a number on it. It's just crazy what this stuff does. So as far as cleaning up any type of organics, grease, mold, mildew, it's ridiculous. So
go ahead.
How can you, what's the application process? You got to pump up spray it, you downstream it, or what?
Yeah, you pump up spray it, and you can just spray it on. I know you guys can see in a lot of our different videos what it does. But you can mix it up into many different things. You can use it for roofs. You can use it for all kinds of stuff. It's just truly a remarkable product. We're extremely proud of it. You know, there's people out there online thinking they know what we're doing, but this is a patented process, and you don't want to fool with chemicals like this if you have no clue what you're up to. So this right here is going to sit here. That chunk of grease that's down in that trap, that's that same grease that gets on the floor and, you know, makes that sticky crap on the floor that all the cleaners, none of the cleaners work on that. Most restaurants just mop it around and it just goes everywhere. So we can take a little look at this a little bit later as it does its thing. But this is after the water's in. Let's see, with a little bit of water. So this is just water and grease, steak blood. Here, we'll just put it in there. And here's some more steak blood. You've all seen this test on wood before, so I thought it'd be kind of nice to go ahead and do it on.
Yeah, because I've got the video when you were here, was it 2 years ago, that we did those hood vents?
Right.
And you could smell we could tell what restaurant it was from the smell of that when it was just burning. It was just melting it off, and we could smell it. And this stuff on the hood vents had been there. The guy that we got them from, he's the hood vent cleaner, and he said he used to swap them out, but now he just cleans them on site. But he had them in his shed for like 3 years. So that stuff had just been sitting there dirty. And so he brought them to us, and we sprayed this on, and it just started melting it down and just rinse off with a hose. It was crazy. But I could smell that stuff. It was some nice fish sandwiches and fish tacos and stuff. It was definitely seafood for sure.
This room right now stinks like hell.
I bet it does. It's not a nice smell.
I'm just kind of show you what it just does to the fry. But anyway, there's a reason how this works, why it works so good on kitchen grease.
Yeah.
Camera up here. I think you can see it's just, look at this nuttiness.
Yeah.
This is boiling up. Now that's actually the reaction that it's getting.
So will the Green Ox Renew work the same with a little bit longer dwell time, or do you have to go with a higher percentage?
No, it will. The main thing with this product, the main thing is that the Kitchen Ox Pro, basically it reacts so well that when you're spraying it on vertical, it just instantly does its thing. And we actually, in some of our videos, so those of you that haven't seen our stuff, if you go to Superior Quality Coatings on Facebook and take a look at it, there's a lot of these videos on there that you can see. and then certainly give Trudi a call and order some from her, depending on where you're in the country. But it's just a great product. You know, it is a pricey product. It's just the way that it's made. Peroxide by itself at 16 is not cheap, and then the other components into it and the shipping. But it will get the job done better than anything else, and it's very safe.
So the reason that I swear by this is the only product so far that I have seen that works with the pigment issue that we're all facing. I've tested lots of, for the last 5-6 years, I've tested so many chemicals on so many different paints, and that Green Ox Renew is the only one that works. I would just kill that bottle. So yeah, don't leave that in pump up. Make sure you release the pressure. It is, I've done boat docks with this product. It is, EPA safer product. It's fine over water. So you're not going to get in trouble. And it's, like I said, it's safe on the pigment issue. And on cedar shake houses, there was one up there. So it's a great alternative for people where you can't use bleach, or they don't want you to use it. So, right. It's an alternative. It's not an everyday product. If it was an everyday product, we would be out of business, because I know the homeowners are not going to want to pay the price. And, it's a different process, and it's not a quick process. Like I said, you pump up sprayer. I know some guys have been successful with the 12 volt as long as there's no air leaks, right? There's an air leak that's going to bring that.
Yeah, you have that extra oxygen molecule. One thing that works well is if you have the pump below your tank. And so you've got that natural gravity pull. That helps a lot.
Right.
The blowers are something that I really want to try to bring up to the next show. And again, if you're watching this, go to our Facebook and you can type in like Green Ox up in the top, and we'll pull up all our Green Ox videos or Kitchen Ox videos. Our Orca Plus right now, guys, it's selling just tremendously well. The finish that we're getting off of that, I know there's some Trudi guys out there. I know there's Seal Thing guys, Seal. If you try a bucket of this Plus, you will be absolutely amazed at what it's doing. And most of the people that are using are coming back and using more of it. So
at the event, you're going to be doing, you can. How many hours are you wanting to do at the event? You could use both products, your sealer and the Green Ox as well. So, when you do that Tuesday before the event, you have a certain amount of hours. So how many hours do you think training wise you're going to be able to share with these guys?
It's funny when we do the show out there, we get so many people that, come out. And when we were doing the rotation, a lot of them didn't want to leave, and it got all muddled up. So the way that you're setting this up now, doing it this way, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
Because they got a taste of what we were doing.
Right.
And we had some beautiful finishes at that last show, but unfortunately we didn't get to keep all the different bricks and stuff like that. But we had some great finishes.
Yeah. Barry Little said, Greg, he loves Green Ox.
What's that?
Barry Little loves Green Ox.
Oh yeah, Barry. Thanks, Barry.
Yeah.
So this is again a little bit more the video of just sucking it up, off of the grease or whatever. But what a great business to be able to go in and think about it. A lot of the restaurants and the outside of the restaurants cleaned, inside of the restaurants. You walk in and use something like this, you're a superhero. And I'll tell you what, every time I've done this demo, and I've done 50 of them, the restaurant owners just blown away. In Florida, we have a lot of wood docks and decks out at the different restaurants.
A lot of outdoor seating, yeah.
Yeah, outdoors eating, and the wood just gets nasty, and you see the tracks coming out from the kitchen, and just, I don't know. I personally hate it because I know what it is and how filthy it is. I don't really care. But in any case, it's a pretty amazing product. Very versatile. We're getting a lot of pushback from the larger chemical companies because our one product replaces so many products. Yeah. You take this product into a urinal, the bathroom that stinks so bad, or even the porta potties, and you spray it, it will completely eliminate the odor. whereas the other chemicals don't, and they mask it and it comes back right away. So if you've got a nasty bathroom stall you're trying to clean, or a camp, homeless camp or something along those lines, we sold a bunch of Cisco, by the way.
So, hey, Barry and Derek Staggs, with Proclaim does. Hey, love you guys too, and you got your wife watching. Well, thank you. Hey, wife. So anyway, with this product, the way how you're speaking, that is a testimonial to sell yourself. When you go out to a commercial job, you can stand there and talk to your blue in the face, but if you don't do that demonstration and show them what you can do, what you're capable of doing, that usually sells the job, and that usually lands you the job, because they don't know what you can do. Everybody can talk, but can everybody do? We landed a huge job because we brought our equipment and showed them how to soft wash a roof, and they'd never seen that before. We got the whole place, and it was a great job. They're calling us back again. That was a few years ago. They're calling us back in to do it again because we actually took the time to explain the process, show them what chemicals we use, or detergents. I never use chemicals. That usually scares them. But shows them what the detergents are that we use in the process. And that's what they want to hear. That's what they want to know. And, this is their job, or this is their property, or whatever. And they just want to make sure that you're going to take care of it as well as they do. So, doing the demonstrations like you're showing is awesome if you're trying to land commercial jobs or a large residential job.
Well, this is so true. You hit on something that we have, about 5 years ago, we really started pushing the hydrogen peroxide Green Ox Renew and the Cleanso 2, which is pretty much the same product. One's rated for EPA, the other isn't. There's really not much of a difference between the two products. Just when we got the EPA, which, by the way, is safe over water. We've had a couple of people out there that have been saying it's not, but the EPA says it is. And we have a link that you can share with your customers. But in any case, imagine going out to a job. It's so competitive out there in the soft wash business too, and other ends of the business. But you go out there and you're trying to set yourself apart from the last guy. And you walk up with your little sample of your product in a sprayer or whatnot, and you pull the homeowner out, you take them to the concrete, or you take them to the wood or the paver, and you say, listen, I want to tell you why I'm different and what I do that's different. Number one, I really believe in environmentally friendly products. There's a lot of products out there. I won't mention what they are, but they're not the best for the environment. So in any case, you take your homeowner out, you go up to the pavers, the wood, whatever, and you do a demo for them. And when they see all the organics being pulled out of the concrete or wood or whatnot, you can explain to them, we're not pushing that back into it. We're pulling it out, and now we're cleaning it out. So what you're doing is you're sterilizing it more so in the sense that it does take longer. We have proven this time and time again. We'll clean sidewalks with the Green Ox, and then we'll clean with bleach, and then we'll clean without. And oddly enough, the section that was actually cleaned with the SH turns green faster than the section that was just cleaned with water. But then you take a look at the section that was cleaned with the Green Ox, and usually you're getting 6 months more out of that. So when you're presenting to your homeowner, you're trying to win that job, commercial or whatever it may be, and they see that demo and they hear that they're hearing something from you they haven't heard from anybody else. They're intrigued, and you're going to get more jobs that way.
So what about, the big question is, which all of us washers are terrified of, koi ponds. Are they safe? Is it safe around koi ponds?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Well, within reason. If you went and you dumped a whole 5-gallon bucket into the pond, or
right,
had all your runoff water that was running into it. But, we were just talking to somebody last week about the tiniest amount of bleach, which I couldn't believe. The smallest amount of bleach in a koi pond kills all the fish. I didn't know they'd be so.
Yeah, it does. That's why we're terrified of them. Anybody that's a washer is like, oh God, is that a koi pond? What do we do? Oh, yeah. So yeah, it's terrifying for us because those fish are not cheap.
No, they're not. Yeah. Ron Jones' wife raises Gail. She raises champion goldfish. What?
Because she needs to meet Barry, and they can do champion plants and champion goldfish and just go on whatever convention most people need to go to, because that is just wild to me. I'm not making fun of you, Barry. I'm just, it's confusing to us people.
Well, it's funny with Ron Jones. Hey, let's do a demo of how our product doesn't kill these fish, and we'll just, no, we're not going to do that.
Okay, if you want to buy the $2,500 koi fish, I will spray the stuff around it, and I'll let you know. If they live, I can keep the fish.
I've mentioned this in the past, and I'm not going to put it out there, but we did do the test for the goldfish, the feeder goldfish in the bag, and sure enough, just one drop of bleach nuked it real quick, and we put in an ounce of product, and it didn't kill the fish.
I think is PETA on here tonight? Because if PETA's on here, we're in trouble. PETA. PETA.
So when you mix this up, how long you got before you have to use it before it's not any good? Before it's not active?
That's so crazy, because in some cases it can actually last a couple days to a week. I guess it's just kind of a little bit on how it's stored. We tell everybody 24 hours. I used to tell them 15, but after we've been testing it, usually 24 hours. It will gradually lose its strength. If it's sealed up, obviously it has to breathe because it's an expandable product. So, that's why if you look at any of our products, you'll see that little dot. So it lets it gas off. A good example are these tubes that look like they're going to blow up on me over here. So you do have to have it vented, but
I always tell people, if they're doing the pump up sprayer, if they're not using it, to take the lid off, because it will pressurize itself. So just to be safe, just to take off that and just let it breathe. We got Jonathan Hernandez here. Hey, Jonathan. So, no, I mean, I've used the product a lot, as you know. I test the product with the paint issue. And that's how I came about using it, because it failed the first time. Remember, it was at 2021. We were in Georgia.
Yeah.
Young guns.
I remember you guys saying it didn't work, and I don't know what had happened, and I was really bummed out.
It was Ron. It was bad, because they had Ron and David Dennison was doing the demo, talking about the green ox. It was right before I went on there, and they're talking it up. And then when I tested it, it was eating the paint off the board. And I'm not, me, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be truthful. So all these guys that wanted it, they're sitting there, and I'm talking and I'm telling them what happened, and they're just holding their bottle like, do I want to use this? But then, because it just ate the paint off, and I don't think it removed all the mildew, which was weird. And it was a new bottle because you sent it to me. But you guys said, I told you what you called me and said, what do we need to do? And I said, this is what I needed to do. And you guys took one thing out and added two, or took two things out and added one. And you tested it and you sent it back. And then it was my first event. And you're like, test it again. And I'm like, Greg, if it fails, I'm not lying. It fails. I'm telling all these people.
It's feeling live.
and it's going live. It fails. And what did I do? I tested it and I called you. I'm like, dude, it worked. This is the only product I've tested that works. I probably did call you dude because I was so excited. And hey, Hunter Bradley. And you're like, yes. And so I was able to do that class in the first Panhandle, and then the Wash Smart one in Kemah, and it actually removed the mildew. The paint didn't come off the board, and it didn't change the color. So I was so excited. I was like goosebumps. I'm like a new proud mama, and I was calling you and letting you know your child performed perfectly. I was like, this is awesome. And that's how it came about, because, I was doing this testing and you reached out and said, no, here, try it. And then it failed. I'm like, oh no, we're going to tell him it didn't pass the test. But then it did. You got it right. You worked with me, and you worked for the industry. You worked to help the industry with this issue that we're all facing. And we've been facing this since 2005. So, it's a big issue. It costs a lot of money to repaint houses. So, you guys working with us in the pressure washing industry, I know you guys get a lot of grief because it's like they think you're trying to replace bleach, which you're not. You're just giving them another option, a safer option, an option that works with the paint, an option that works around plants and animals and waterways. And so, for those guys that down you and say, hate you because you have a product that works, there's a reason for it. There's a reason why it's here. And it's not every job. Anthony's not going to go take it and clean all his gas stations with it. It has a place. Yeah. And James, hey James, he's here. So let the haters hate, but you've got a product that serves a purpose. It's not every purpose, but it's a purpose.
And I've used the green ox to do TPO roof cleaning.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, I went back and looked at some of my pictures that I've done, and they look pretty nasty when we started. Mm-hmm. And I mean, if you want to throw them up there tonight, I'll send them to you if we can get them on there.
Yeah, that'd be great. I know you had done that at McDonald's and called us. Since then, we've had quite a few others. We are actually working with some of the manufacturers to go ahead and get that as the #1 product for cleaning TPO.
Nice.
We're hoping that will come about. It's a very, very slow process, but it is a product. And I have this up on the board here. This is a test that we did actually quite a while ago. We've got 35% peroxide on this side. We've got green oxygen in the middle, and we have a sodium bicarbonate there. And
hey, Greg, we can only see 1.5 of your jars up there.
Oh, you can only see 1.5 of jars?
Yeah.
Here, hold on.
Hey, Chris.
I was blocking it.
No, the camera needs to go to be our left, be your right.
Is it okay now?
We got about 3/4 of it.
Huh. Well, let me back that bad boy up. How's that?
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
Okay.
All right.
So anyway, you got, this is 35% peroxide here. You got the green ox here. And, oh boy, what did I do? Oh, what's that? Hey, these learning boards are fun to play with. But we use these in our training, which is kind of nice because we go back and forth with them, and so you can really get an understanding on them. But in any case, you can see how this product is reacting here. This is the green ox renew versus just a pre-carb. The pre-carb's just kind of nice to work with.
Wow, that was quick.
Yeah. Minutes of actual work. So, I really appreciate your support. And I mean, I'm in the camera now, okay?
No, you're not in camera.
I'm not in camera.
You are now. There you go.
All right. Well, I thought this would be the way to go, but.
No, it's worked fine.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
In any case, thanks again, Trudi, for everything that you've done with this product. You can see that nasty bag of crap is.
Oh, the crap turned to urine.
Yeah. That ball is completely gone. The French fry. Look at the French fry. I don't know what it did. Looks like well, the French fry was all grease. It's gone.
Oh, okay.
The whole potato.
There's a little bit of French fry, but it's back to potato now.
Okay. Well, that's.
Well, anyway.
Will that work for bad cholesterol?
Yeah. I heard Trump endorsed our product. He says to drink it to get rid of cholesterol. So he didn't. But in any case, I wanted to show you guys the DyeSand real quick. I know I don't know what our time frame is.
No, we're at less than 40 minutes. You got 20 minutes. What you got?
Okay. I know we want to save some time to talk about the event too. This is our DyeSand product. I've got to tell you, if you're installing pavers, if you're sealing pavers, if you're cleaning them and you want to replace the sand with a product that has ant guard in it, this is just absolutely phenomenal. I started working on this about 4 years ago, trying to figure out how to get the pigment to stick to the sand. and just, you could put it in there, but it wouldn't stick and wash out. And finally, with the help of Ron Jones, thank you, Ron Jones, once again, he figured out, I guess we both did, so we went back and forth, and I did the testing, and he sent me stuff. We figured out how to get the dye to permanently stick to the sand. This is a monster right here, and I know.
Did you say ant guard?
It has ant guard in it, yep.
Is it like for the Florida red ants that burn the, or just the ants in general that just make those little piles?
It's ants in general. And basically, if you put it into the sand and you come into contact with it, and by the way, it's 100% environmentally friendly. It will not hurt you. It will not hurt anything. So we call it Ant Guard. It is a 25B product. And so, it's definitely, now I wouldn't go telling everybody, oh, it's going to solve your ant problems. You'll never have an ant problem. It's a guard. It's a detour. It's just there to help. So what I've got here is, instead of doing the drum mix like we did last time and everything went everywhere, I thought I'd just you guys.
But Greg, that was so much fun last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it took me forever to clean up after that one. What the hell happened here?
You didn't say, honey, I got something for you to do.
It was bad. Anyway, so this represents about 25 pounds of sand that you would put into a bucket. It mixes in 15 seconds. You'll see some of our other videos. I might be able to show you one here in just a minute. But in any case, I don't know if you can tell, but I got just a little bit of pigment.
Okay.
So I'm going to put that pigment right in there like that. And I'm going to show you how quick it shakes up. So you got the sand. Boom. Colored sand. That quick. Colored sand. Now, if you can shake 25 pounds like that, you'll mix it that quick. But with the drill mix, it takes just a little bit, 10 to 15 seconds, you got the finished product. And what's really cool about this product is that it's slightly hydrophobic, so it doesn't grab the water molecule. So when you're dry sweeping it in, a lot of times everybody has to wait for it to be completely dry before you sweep your sand, or it will grab the water molecule and it just sticks. But with this being hypo, it basically will fall into the cracks. Same thing with wet sanding. I'll show you a black real quick. So this is
If
black.
anybody has questions, go ahead and type it and we'll get them answered.
Yeah, absolutely. What a great way to upsell to your customers. If you're installing the pavers, what a fantastic product. It makes the installation of the pavers look so cool by adding the color, and it kind of hides a lot of the issues that everybody always complains about for the install. But then if you're sealing, it's awesome because you can tell them we've got ant guard and we're going to change the color. And I will show you some pictures of the, I'm going to run through it hopefully here in just a minute, show you some of the pictures of the actual sand, what it looks like. But
Now,
this
is that
our
a polymer sand that you're coloring? Is it a polymer or no? No.
You're using our 2-part sealer. Oh, by the way, we have a 1-part urethane that will be out very, very soon under the Hammerhead label again. But this one is pristine. We are so excited about it. It seems to work better than the 2-part. So it's going to be a little bit more expensive, but for some guys, because they don't like to mix it up and all that other stuff, and it won't have a shelf life. So you can use what you can use in your paste. But you can see we've got a nice black sand. If you put more sand in, it becomes just a light gray sand. You can actually mix them up separate and then put them together so you can have a black and red sand. Here's the red. I really like the red. Red doesn't get used as much, and it just because, I mean, there is no red sand out there. I mean,
No, usually they use gray or pewter or tan. Usually tan with the red pavers, which makes no sense because they're red pavers. So why wouldn't you have red sand?
I love the red, and when you see it finished on a job, I'm going to show you a picture in just a minute. But we can tell. Is that amazing?
We have a question for you, Greg.
Okay.
What is the best sealer that leaves a great gloss?
The best, well, in my opinion and many others' opinions, is the Orca Plus. The Orca Plus is formulated in a way that I worded it perfectly today, and I was trying to remember how I said it. The product is designed to show a shine and a gloss from every angle, so you don't have to get that gloss by building it up as much.
Right.
So you can actually go a little bit lower and get that higher shine from every angle. You know, you'll see it from everywhere. The sun, I just did a video the other day the sun wasn't even out and it was shining. I mean, that's how awesome this we use our reflector beads. We change out some different components in it so that it mixes well. It will not clog your sprayer or anything like that. And it's just a beautiful product. Some of our guys that we have the Orca Regular and we have the Orca Plus, and they'll come in and we might have sold out of the Orca Plus, and there's a bucket of Orca sitting there like, no, I don't want that. They're like, I'll just go buy one of the other products. And it's like, no, don't worry, we'll get you more Plus. So the Plus has just gone nuts. One part urethane too, the test that we've done with it, it's a super shine also, and it locks the sand hard. So
I'm asking a question.
So do we have all this stuff at the has Trudi got all this stuff at the Panhandle store?
we do, everything's there. The DyeSand, they've got a lot of DyeSand. So let's get that stuff out there and try it. I wanted to show you, let's see, hold on one second, I'm gonna step off camera for a second here.
I know Danny, he wanted to know what's the
Yeah,
link to the product, so he.
I'm gonna
Let's
get
go
him.
to-
I gave him the link to the website, but let me get him the link to the actual product.
Yeah, this is the ant guard. Now, Trudi, this is the kit that you have, and this is about a 1.5 pound, 2 pound. This is 1.5 pound kit. So when you open it up, you can see you've got the sand. Hopefully, you guys can see that.
So how many pounds will that color?
Yeah, this one is the black. This will make like 300 pounds of light gray. It'll make 200 pounds of medium gray. It'll make 100 pounds of basically black.
So you basically going to last you a pretty good while.
Well, yeah, usually this will do 2 to 3 driveways, depending upon the cracks. But basically I like putting 25 pounds of sand in a bucket. And then we have a drill we have the special drill bits that Trudi, we'll have to get some out there for you. They're basically just a big painter concrete mixer drill bits. And what we do is we run the drill in reverse. When you run it in reverse, it mixes better than going forward. When it goes forward, it wants to pull into the bucket, which is fine with the liquid. But when you're mixing the sand, when it mixes backwards, it grabs it and pulls it from the bottom up. And you go onto our site and you'll see us mixing it up, and it takes no time at all.
And we need pricing for that too. Hunter, the accelerator is you mix that with the green ox to activate it. So the green ox by itself isn't going to do anything unless you activate it. So you put the gallon in a pump up, you put the accelerator, and you're ready to go.
That's right. Yeah, and let's see here. Let me show you.
Which my name's going to be all on there for April 1st.
Try to find
There was a proof that he was stalking me. My name was up there like 50 times.
Oh yeah.
It was just funny.
Thought I had one of the DyeSand videos. Oh, here we go.
There it is. I've seen it.
Yeah, this is.
You're welcome.
These are some of the samples that we've got. I hope you can see that. But you see how the sand's
That looks way better, the red with the red.
It does. And then it mixes up just so quick. And there's some of the colors that it goes with. I think this is one of the jobs, yeah. This is a color restoration with the ant guard. Wait till you see how nice this comes out. That's with Orca Plus. That one says Orca, but I believe it's with Plus that we did here.
Hey, he moves like I did when I did that boat dock.
Yeah, that was a great video, by the way. That was an awesome video. So.
Yeah, the guys gave me the biggest dock because I was shorter and didn't think it would hurt my back. But
yeah. I'm going to show you some current some current pictures of the. Let me see. I wanted to show you some that we just did just recently here.
Are all the videos on there like G-rated? You don't want to accidentally stumble on something.
Yeah, I know. No, for sure. That's for sure.
Oh, never mind. That'll be on Anthony's phone.
Oh, this is kind of cool. This is
You'll pay for that one.
I know.
That's our SEAL Team Academy. If you want to come to this talks about one of our products too. So all these videos are on our website that you can go look at. We try to keep them really educational for you, so that you know, it helps you. And one thing that we do, and I tell our people this all the time, is that, you know, when you're buying our product, you're not just buying our product, you're buying us, you're buying our customer service. And I truly believe that we have the very best customer service in the industry. My phone's on 24/7, Mike's is on. Other people's have access to the phone system.
Mine's on.
Yeah. So if you need anything, I've never ran across a problem I couldn't solve. I've had guys call me. I'll tell you real quick a fun story here, and then we can finish up. But I got a call. It was a referral. A guy was out there. He had 197 driveways, and he was doing them for a homeowner association. Great contract, one of those we all dream of getting. Mm-hmm. And he was using a product very similar to ours. And what was happening was the driveways. They paid all this money for all these driveways, and they were sealing it. And in fairness to that product, there was no color. You couldn't get any color out of these papers. There was nothing left there. And they had a lot of sand gaps because of the trees and all that. And so you had this blonde sand on these washed out bricks. And they did about 30 of them. And the homeowner came, or the president of the association came out and he said, look, you know, we're not really making these much better here. We're going to probably just have to cancel all this. And so he reached out to a lot of people. He found me. I talked to him about it. I went out and basically met with the homeowners association and all the people and showed them how to actually color the driveways to bring the color back and so forth, and ended up actually saving the job. And they ended up paying them more money to pick up the extra labor on the actual tinting process. And so it saved the job. So we're always here to help. We really are. Yeah. So I want to reiterate one more time that you don't just buy our product, you buy us too.
Right. I know when I first started using it, he said his phone's always open. I'll give somebody prompts. I mean, they've been there, and I have called him, and he's been in the middle of a job and answer his phone. If he hears it going off, he's going to answer it more 99% of the time if he's possibly able. I mean, you know, that's just the way we are. I've been getting phone calls. I've got people calling me, wanting me to help them fix their Flow Pro issue, and I'm like, what? So anyway, well, that's what you get when you hang out with the big dogs. You get them phone calls. But you know, yeah. Greg, he's a good dude. I mean, a lot of respect for him in the industry, and he's done a lot for the industry, helped me out and everything, and it's got a wonderful product. So man, if y'all need anything, just go on over to the Panhandle website and get it ordered, or just call the warehouse and the guys can get it handled for you and everything. But you know, he'll be there for you. You know, we're busy. We own our businesses. We work, and you know, just give us time. We'll get back with you sooner or later.
Some people just sitting on the couch.
Well, unless you're Trudi and you just sitting around not doing nothing. So
I'm cooking and making cakes and deviled eggs and all kinds of stuff. I made Bloody Mary deviled eggs today.
That's what I was fixing to say.
Mm-hmm.
Boy,
Shane said I need a little more salt. What is it? So we do the deviled eggs. I put mayonnaise, hot sauce, horseradish, tomato.
What's the liquor come in at?
Do what?
What's the liquor come in at?
Oh, that's a chaser.
That's the washer down there.
Anyway, and then you put the Old Bay around the rim of the white. I sent Greg the recipe. So yeah, I said that. And yeah, so
well,
the doctor gave me clear to do some things, but the things I can do, I can't do at the warehouse because I've got to pull, lift, bend, lift more than 20 pounds at the warehouse. So I'm like, well, I'll do the marketing, I'll do the education, and I'll start cooking. So
I seen you running a surface cleaner today.
No, that was before. I didn't do that.
Oh.
Yes, I didn't. Even Ron sends me the video with the question mark. I'm like, no, that was before. I had just seen a lot of people doing videos where they're running over their hoses, and I'm like, come on, people, hose management. This is how you do it. So
somebody's got a gourmet deviled egg restaurant close to them. Is Hunter Bailey down around y'all's area?
No, Hunter Bradley. I don't know. Well, if you show up at my house, we got problems because I think Shane's eating them all. Because if you see in the picture, there's an eighth of the cake gone, and there's some eggs missing out of my tray. So, you know, Shane's been there. He's my taste tester. All right, so what we got here, we got a fence.
Yeah, this is a fence that was actually 1,500 feet long, so a quarter of a mile. And we hooked it up on the green ox, and we just shot it, and it was amazing. On vinyl, when you use the green ox on vinyl, it just melts away the algae, and then it also gets the oxidation. So in this neighborhood, they actually thought that it was a brand new fence that magically got put up overnight, I guess.
Nice.
Yeah, so I thought I had the blower. Everybody asked me about the blowers a lot, and
I've never seen you use the blower.
Yeah,
I know you had it, but usually with the events, I'm running around like a lunatic that I'm not able to sit still and just enjoy it. But we've made changes, so hopefully this time I'll get to do more networking and hanging out and watching everybody do what they're doing. So
yeah, this was actually during COVID, and one of our applicators, he had a contract to clean the playgrounds during COVID because of all the fun stuff there.
hey, Lex is here. So, during COVID, we were essential as a cleaning, disinfecting company, and I was advertising as that we could disinfect and remove 99% of the bacteria or whatever. And they kept shutting me down, saying that I couldn't use the pandemic to support my business. I'm like, that's why we're open. We're open to disinfect everything, and now you're telling me I can't advertise to say that I can disinfect the play. It was playground. I went to the city and like targeted them, the city and the schools and everything. And I was like, hey, we can disinfect, and they I think it was Facebook, and I was getting pulled off saying, no, you can't state that. And I'm like, but it's true. I know it's true.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, if we had our Blue Max, so by the way, our Blue Max now is 100% approved by not the EPA, the FDA.
Yeah, what is it? Blue Max?
Yeah, that's the Blue Max. That's the foggy. We sold a ton of that. I know Patrick used it. A lot of your customers were using that Blue Max. And so now it is all certified. So for the next pandemic, whether it be measles, whatever they come up with next, we're ready to go with it. But that can also be fogged into smoking bars. It does so well on smoke in bars. It's amazing. So if there are still, we're next to one, believe it or not, on the other side of this wall is an Irish pub. And
is it only Florida that allows people to smoke in bars where there's not food? Is it just Florida, or are there other places?
Yeah. Well, this one over here, they can sell food, but they don't. But man, that smoke smell, when we come in our front door, we can really smell it. So we try to go over there once every week and shoot it. It does make a big difference. So, if you got smoke in a restaurant or smoke in an area or a deck, it does a great job on that too.
Right.
So, well, I'm looking forward to that event.
Okay, well, move over so we can see you. Now, all we see is your ear.
You can see what?
Slide to you. Yeah, slide that way. Come on.
Yep. Come on, keep coming. All we see is your ear.
Come on.
That makes you a good husband. All you do is listen, right?
Yeah, Janet usually helps me with the camera, move it around, but I guess she didn't feel like coming in tonight. So.
Well, no, because last time you made a hell of a mess, and then you kept putting the camera on her, and she was getting upset.
Oh, yeah, well, because she had to do it.
I'm on her side on that one. So the event, so like we were saying earlier, we're changing it up a little bit for the classes, the circuit training that we've had that people want more information on, like the striping and the, your product, your sealing, and the green ox. You could do both of the same because we've got 6 hours that you can use. You don't have to use all of them, but whatever time you need, we can schedule it in there. But we're making it so the contractors can come and get this education. And we don't certify. We are not able to certify anybody. I don't even know how you become a person to certify somebody. You can get a certificate of completion. I don't know if you want to make one of those, but it doesn't matter. The point is you're going to be trained from start to finish. You know, I've got certifications. I've got F9 and staining and parking garages, and I've done all that. I've done all that cleaning and used those chemicals, and it was awesome. It just made me feel like, yay, I finished it. I completed it. But, you know, if you show up at a house and like showing your certificates, they don't care. You know, if you know what you're doing and you can sell yourself, then that's what it is. But that's why we wanted to offer these classes at the event, where it's more intense training. You get to know from start to finish what to avoid, what not to avoid, because just those little, you know, that little 45 minutes, is going to be an hour on the circuit training this year, but the 45 minutes just gets you enough to, as Shane said, when I'm buying those mini candy bars, it's just enough to piss you off, right? So, you know, the circuit training was just enough to get you going, for you to get your feet wet and see if it's something you want to do and learn. But so we're going to be doing that. I know Stephen Goliath said he'll do it striping. You're going to be doing it, so you won't have to do the circuit training. So then you're going to be at your booth for the 2 days of the free training to talk to these people. So the people's just taking your class the night before, and now if they got questions, you're going to be there. You're going to be there for them. And I like that, because I believe you need to be at your booth, and I think you need to be there for questions, because when you're outside training, they're watching the TV, and then people will look at me and point, and I look over and I'm on your TV, and I'm like, oh, let me go talk to them. let me go help out, because they know what's going on. So, you know, that's why I decided to do that, just to help the contractors get more education, and you to get more face-to-face with the contractors.
That's a great idea. And if we can tie it in with, and again, I mean, let's put it out there. I'll put it out there too, and see how many. We probably only want to do a max of 10 people. I don't usually like to go over that, because when you get these larger crowds, I call them circus, where it's kind of the same thing. It ends up, you know, when you're trying to do a really intense class and you've got so many people, they're talking to each other, they're not paying attention, they can't hear. So probably like to keep about 10 different applicators and so forth in that scenario. But they will learn a lot, and they will get certified through our SEAL Team Academy. And basically,
you do have a certification.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You get a certification, you go through ours, and basically the certification from the manufacturer is, I mean, I don't know if there's any real liability there, although what we're saying is that this person has been trained to use our products the proper way. Now, whether they do it the proper way or not,
right,
that's up to them.
Yeah, that's what the F9 did, and the stainless steel experts when I did that, and John Tornabene, but I was actually cleaning parking garages before I met him. But I just gave him all the credit because he's an awesome guy.
So you said we're gonna have 6 hours for them to teach their class.
Well, they don't have to use all 6 hours, but while we're setting up inside, they're going to be able to do a more.
But what I was getting at, he said 10. So if he had 20 or 30, he could do like hour and 15, hour and 30 minutes and take a break, where he don't get tired and stuff.
Well, it depends on how long his training is, and he's still going to set up his booth. I'm not doing it.
Greg, I can't help you there. I'm good enough to get that one set up.
We know what happened last time we had an event.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you say.
But no, I think it'll work out real good. You know, but I did notice one thing, and it was actually kind of good. But I mean, you're drawing in people that really want to learn. A lot of said, "Hey, I want to seal pavers. I don't know how to, and I want to learn." They're very excited to come to our class, and we had the hurricane situation wiped out our building. So I think there's quite a few people out there that would like to, take our course. But I think it would be our advanced course would be the 2-day course that we put on either before or after, and then obviously maybe more the introduction with what we're going to do there with the front breezeway. So work great, and then people can move from there. Maybe we do it afterwards, so that if they take the short course that really kind of shows them everything and they like it, then we can go to the more advanced as well.
Okay, and the link above right there that's to register, and all the information is going to be on that website. That website is for the event only. That's the only thing it's being used for. It is to register. It's to see who's doing the classes. It's to see who's speaking. It's to check the dates. It's to get the condo discount codes, which, you know, you've been to a few, both of you been to pretty much all my events in Florida. And I think the venue we're at now is way better. I like the fact you can just walk across the bridge and be there, you know, and the social we're going to be having at the Charlie's, what is that? Charlie's Bar and Grill, not the bowling alley. I didn't realize their bar was that small, because when we all got in there, it was kind of cram packed. And I don't know who kept just putting drinks in front of me, but I had a line of them coming in. I was just like sitting there going, where are these coming from and what are they? So anyway, I don't know what happened there, but it was just, I was like a Congo line of drinks going across from me. I didn't drink them all. I still was behaving. Anyway, beside that, I always behave at events.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
So anyway, back to the event. So I like it better. What do you guys think about the venue?
I love it.
Yeah. For us, I quit doing all the other ones because I just get such a great response out of yours. You know, a lot of the other events that are out there, it's the same crowds, same thing over and over again. But your event is just refreshing in the way you set it up and the people and the way it interacts. As far as Ron Jones and I are concerned, it is the best event that we've attended.
Awesome. Yeah. Make sure your pallet comes in at least a week before.
Yeah, we'll
Greg, ship it now.
Yeah, right now.
Yeah.
Now, I felt bad because the boys thought it was coming in for, you know, for inventory, because everything was getting loaded and it just kept getting bypassed. And I swore, I told them, it's like, hey, bring that pallet right there. And they brought the buckets and not that up. Oh, I felt so bad for Ron. I'm like, I'm sorry.
I know, yeah, and he worked pretty hard on that. We had a lot of little demos like this set up to do and stuff. But you know what? This next year, we just keep learning. All of us, we just keep learning.
Keep growing.
We'll get there.
It'll get there.
Hey, it's phenomenal already. So just imagine what it's going to be like in 5 more years.
I just, you know, I've been going through two events since 2008, and I see them, and I've seen good things about them, and I've seen bad things about them, and I've seen things that I would do different and things I wouldn't do at all. And I've been watching for years. And when we opened the warehouse and I got off the truck full time, that gave me the platform to be able to do this. And, you know, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money to put this on. It's a lot of money to rent the venue for, you know, 2.5 days. And the good thing is the people that are training and speaking are volunteering, and they do that because they're contractors like us, and we want to give back to the contractors. And without the contractors, we wouldn't have anybody to teach or, you know, train, and then we wouldn't have people to do the training or the speaking, because, you know, I'm not going to bring in somebody that's going to tell you you're going to make $1 million if they buy their book, because I wouldn't listen to that BS, and I'm not going to expect anybody else to listen to that BS. And the event also, I don't make money off the event. I just pay the bills. And, you know, the booths are going to be a little bit more for my suppliers this year, but we had to rent all the parking spots. We only had half last year. We got all of them this year, and we've got another room for, you know, speakers to speak in. And, you know, we keep growing and we keep improving. And any contractor out there that, you know, has anything to say, negative or positive, it doesn't matter. I want to know, because I do this for us. And I say us because I'm still a contractor. I have a wash company. And as soon as I can, even though my husband says no, I know he's going to be in a spot where he needs me, and I'll be there to do it. But just between me and you guys, that I'll jump in that truck and
He's
I'll do
watching.
it. No, he's not. I was at the pressure. Jeez. So, anyway, it's for the contractors, and we're a family, and I met Anthony, our first event, and he turned into family, and that is beautiful right there. Is that the red sand?
Yep.
Yeah, I want to show you guys that red sand that's in here, and this is our metallic finish on the pavers. So we definitely will demo the sand when we come up there.
It was so pretty, it made me shut up. Look at that.
Amazing, Greg. Amazing.
I started talking more. My doctor told me to stop talking, and my vocal cords are healed.
Did he turn your voice box loose?
Anyway, we're 10 minutes after, but guys, thank you guys for watching, and it'll keep running for the next month or so. So people that haven't seen it will. And Greg, thank you, and I'm excited about the new products and what they can do. I know you touched on them last event, but it wasn't really set up like you said because of all the chaoticness. It was like you were pushing it to get to the event, and then it just got there last minute. But it'll work out better this year as well. And Anthony, are you going to be my MC this year? You were awesome, except for don't be making no damn dust crap getting mine in Alana's eyes and make her eyes water.
Hey, that's just what it is when you go to close something out. You just gotta, everybody's got to get the prompts in. Wouldn't have made it without her.
No, we couldn't have.
She's doing a lot of work. I mean, she's working when people don't see that's what she's doing. And phenomenal woman, man. I mean,
see that website right there? That is all her.
Yeah.
And she's actually doing all our Google ads, Facebook ads, everything for Classic Touch, the wash company. We have seen our business, the more washers come in the area, and we know how many washers are in the area because we build their trucks and their truck skids and their trailers. We are building equipment for our co-washers. And so, there's still a lot of work because they're building so much. Walton County is the fastest growing county in the dang country right now. And she has built us up, and we can tell the difference. She is an awesome marketer. So Dab Marketing, Alana Martinez, she was on here. So if you guys need that, if you need good, Facebook ads or Google ads or whatever it is, reach out. She will do you a program based on your budget. She's not one of these to say, hey, I need $1,000 right now and I need this much and this much. She is going to talk to you and find out what your needs are, and she will base a program for what you need, because everybody has needs.
She'll be your most important team member.
She would.
I mean, we pulled her in this year. At first, didn't see a whole lot of people. Well, I've seen you ads on Facebook and everything, but I'm getting more and more phone calls of house washes to go to look at and stuff. I seen your ad on Facebook. I mean, I posted stuff on Facebook before, but it's different when you hire somebody that can go into the platforms through Facebook and know what they're doing, instead of just mashing the boost button. And I hit the boost button and my thing may boost in New York. I mean, what good's that doing me? That ain't doing me a bit of good. So she's got you in your area where you are at. So y'all guys, if you need any Facebook groups done, to her, Dow Marketing, like Trudi said, I mean, phenomenal person. And
I never got on Facebook at all. I don't know anything about it. And oh, you're not laughing at that? So I did.
Yeah. Hey, I'm running on 2 hours sleep today.
Oh, no wonder you're sleeping at night.
We worked all night last night, got in at 5 and I was up at 7 and in meetings by 7:45. So,
all right. So as long as not everybody reaches out to her, because, I need her.
Hey, you lost your Facebook.
Wait after November.
So
Sorry,
anyway,
Alana. We just
she's
killed your
great.
business. We built you up and pushed you off the cliff.
But then I'll bring you back because I need you. No, she is an amazing woman that I tell you what, I won't ever refer anybody that I haven't used, and I won't sell a product that I won't use. So, people call me, have you used this? Is it any good? Yes, it's good because I sell it. I'm not setting anybody up for failure, and I stand behind what I say. If I don't know, if I have a chemical that I don't know, if it'll do, EcoChem's got a lot of chemicals, and sometimes I got to call them and just check and say, hey, am I right? Is this what and he's like, yeah, you're right. I'm like, oh, cool. I'll stop calling you eventually. But you trust, you make a relationship with the people you trust.
Yep.
I don't want to have, I don't want to just hire people. I want to be around and have my circle around people I trust and respect and have the same work ethic and just decency that I do. I don't want to be around those people that's got the tail light warranty. Bye, you bought it, too late. I'm not like that, and I won't be like that because as a contractor, that's not how I want to be treated. So, and you both of you right there, and Alana has always just given to me without expecting anything back, and I do the same. So it's like a perfect relationship. But we're all married, so we know there's no such thing. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Tracy.
I hope she's not watching.
If she is, don't bring her in November. I'll be in trouble.
She's coming.
So anyway, with that being said, I do love both of your wives too, and I know you tolerate Shane, and we he's not listening. I don't see one.
I'm gonna tell him he needs to jump on right quick.
No, you stay off your phone. Anyway, I know we're 17 minutes out, but it's just, I love doing the lives with Anthony because we bring people on, and it's just like we're sitting around at a bar drinking a beer and just, bullshitting and talking business so we can get the tax write-off. It's like we're not coming to work, we're coming to have a great time, but we are working.
Yep, that we are. I can get to put this on my list of things that I did this week.
There you go. We mentioned pressure washing one time. Get the write-off. Just kidding. So anyway, I do thank you both from the bottom of my heart for all the support you give us.
Thank you, Trudi.
And I hope I give you just as much as support as you need from me. So.
Yep. Guys, if you ain't got registered yet.
Are we all getting dust in our eyes? Is that what's going on?
Go right now before Trudi starts crying, before we have to get off here. That's panhandleexpo.com. Get registered for the event in November.
She likes the chlorine is my perfume shirt. I know, and that's so cool. I love that. It's so funny. Anyway,
y'all and y'all just one of a kind, I just tell you.
But we're a big old happy washing family is what we are.
That's it.
All right, guys. Well, you guys have a great night. Greg, we'll get you on before the event again. Anthony, you better get some sleep. You're really sluggish right now.
I'm dragging tonight.
You got to sleep in tomorrow?
What? No, we're going to wash 4 service stations in the morning.
Oh, man. Okay. How early?
I usually don't work on Fridays, but we're going to leave the shop about 6.
Oh, well, you better get some sleep then.
I will be at the gym by 4:30.
Why don't you just let your surface cleaner and do some lunges and stuff?
Well, because it's all canopy washings, there ain't no surface cleaning going on.
Well, that would give you a lot if you do that.
I want that one out there on Facebook with me on a upside down cleaning a canopy with a surface cleaner. You would have to make that work and just do it just for the shits and giggles of things.
I always called it pressure washing CrossFit. I'm like, I'm out here doing pressure washing CrossFit. That's my exercise. All right, guys. You guys have a great night and hope to see you guys in November.
Thanks
Sure
again.
will. Thanks, Greg, for coming on.
In November?
Yep.
What's the date of